guys, it's December 14th, so you know what that means. Time to put on your Christmas hat, bust out some eggnog, and get started on the 12 days of anime. Cheers! The Black Critic Guy, and welcome to the first day of the 12 days of anime. And in keeping the tradition here on this channel, every 12 days of anime, I have a lovely true love who bestows me these awesome anime moments. In 2013, it was the gorgeous Yakumo. In 2014, it was the fun and zany Mako. And last year, it was the gorgeous and awe-inspiring Yamato. And this year, it was a bit difficult picking who was going to be my true love, as there were two characters that truly stood out to me this year that I really liked. The first one was Luann Loud from the Loud House. I just love this character to death, and before that other character showed up, I might have picked her as my true love, but then this other character showed up and she actually turned out to be an anime character, and considering that this is the 12 days of anime, it'd be more fitting to have an anime character be my true love instead of a cartoon character. This isn't the 12 days of cartoons, so as much as I love you, Luann Loud, I'm gonna have to give you the boot. Get it? Because instead of her giving me something, I'm giving, oh my god, no. Not in the 12 days of anime! So, that begs the question, who could possibly be Tony's true love for this year's 12 days of anime? Well, if you've been following my channel all year, the answer is quite obvious, as I have talked about this character very recently, and she stole my heart with her lovely personality and gorgeous blue hair. And with that said, my true love for the 2016 edition of the 12 Days of Anime is Rem from Re:Zero. I mean, come on, look at her. She is just so lovely. And I have a sneaking suspicion that we might even see her featured as part of the 12 Days of Anime. Wink, wink. But enough of the build-up, let's get to what you actually came here to see, what the first day of the 12 Days of Anime is. So, on the first day of anime, my true love, Rem, gave to me the sacrificial fart from prison school. Without question, one of the funniest scenes I saw in an anime in 2016. Basically, in this scene, we have Gakuto and the main character Kiyoshi. They're in a computer lab discussing their plans of helping Kiyoshi break out of their prison so that he could go on a date with this girl. And Gakuto comes up with the brilliant idea of, yeah, we're gonna do this whole facade where you really need to go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna have like an MP3 playing of you farting to give the ruse that you're taking a shit or something like that. But as he's looking for some sound clips of people farting, he can't find it on the internet, which I kind of find that pretty convenient, considering if you type anything in the internet, you'll be able to find it within seconds. But okay, let's just say for the sake of this story, he could not find any fart sounds on the internet. So they're both wondering how we're gonna get the fart sound. Well, is one of us gonna have to do the fart sound? And Gakuto looks at him with a serious face saying, I got this. I'll fart so that you can get away and go on that date. What I love so much about this scene is that although it's extremely ludicrous and ridiculous, they treat it with such seriousness. They treat it like as if this is a very crucial moment. And I like that they treat it so seriously. It makes it even more funnier. In fact, that's one of the things that makes Prison School such a hilarious anime. You have things that are played up to be serious, but in nature are just ridiculous. In fact, one character, the chairman, is supposed to be like this serious character, but even though he acts serious, he's probably one of the funniest things about the show because of how serious he is. But in this scene, Gakuto's like, yeah, I'm gonna fart in front of all of these girls, because they're in a full class of mostly girls, and he's gonna fart in front of all these girls, and Kiyoshi is like, no, don't do it, you're gonna ruin your high school life, don't do this for me. He's like, it's okay, I have to wait 4 years for this figure anyway, so 3 years is not as hard as 4 years. And he takes the microphone, puts it in his butt. Kiyoshi's like yelling at him, no, don't do it, Kukuto! And then and all the girls are like giving these shocked faces like, oh my god, how dare he! And he gets up like, Sensei, I need to go to the bathroom, please. I love this scene so much. And it's one of the only times I've ever seen like a fart joke that actually served a purpose to the story. I think that's one of the main reasons why I love this scene so much. As much as it is very sophomoric and cheap to do a fart joke, they actually incorporated and made it actually vital to the story. So that's what makes it one of the most memorable scenes I've seen in an anime this year. And that ends the first day of the 12 days of anime. Stay tuned tomorrow for the second day, which will be a treat, so stay tuned for that. And more videos are on their way as well. And until then, guys, I'll see you in the second day of the 12 days of anime. Peace, YouTube!